dope they have crazy moves, but to me, a lot of times crazy moves, I feel like a lot of people hide behind them. You know what I mean? They don't want to dance because really it's hard to dance. You have to, and it's not hard in the sense of like, oh, you got to hit the weight. It's hard because you got to really dig deep and really almost you're like naked out there. You got to reveal who you are and be willing to hear people judge it.
Welcome to CypherBeastT.V from the Massive Monkee Crew. He's competed against some of the top tier cats such as Machine, Lego, Roxrite, and so much more. We got no other than Juse Boogy. On this episode, we'll be going over how he got into breaking, his knowledge in dancing, and so much more. I'm your host, Tony47, and if you find this content any value, share it, like it, follow, and enjoy this episode. Yo, what up? I got a real dope OG in the house. He's been getting down since 96. He battled some of the greats that we see today. Juse Boogy from Massive Monkee. What's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Good.
You don't have to call me OG though.
Yeah. People we look up to, when I was young.
I like to be regular. I like to be approachable. You know what I mean? Sometimes when the OG thing gets on there, it kind of puts this like I don't know.
Like a real persona, like, oh, he's
And that's cool. I mean, I know people want to show respect, but like, you know what I mean? You don't have to like think of me as like that. I'm regular dude. Because then I get nervous and then it kind of just, you know what I mean? It's one of those things and then nothing's genuine after that.
For sure. You know what I mean? So we can come up to you, say what's up, and it's all good.
Just like a normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually if you see me at a jam or something, I'm probably in the zone. So, but yeah, I'll always make time. You know what I mean?
Nice.
If you really care about this culture, I'll always make time for anybody. So
dope. That's called love right there. Hell yeah. Before we start the show, so hey, a little bit about me. I'm the host, Tony47. I've been dancing or breakdancing for about 17 years, off and on. I won jams, I thrown jams, I judge jams out here in Portland, Oregon. And the context of this new channel and podcast is to explore your mind, lessons you learn, some mindset, and most of all, inspire others through your visual lens. And hey, so Juse Boogy, tell me, how did you get into breakdancing?
Oh man, it took a second because I was kind of like reluctant about it because it kind of seemed corny to me. Let me see. Hold on. Of course you've seen it when you're a little kid, like in the 80s and stuff. Because I've been dancing my whole life, just dancing. Like my family's the kind of family that would have that when you're younger, you don't know your parents are getting drunk and stuff, but they take all the kids together and they make a big circle and they make all the kids dance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You have to fucking dance for the drunk ass parents. Oh, sorry.
No,
you know what
I
mean? But that literally helps a lot. I mean, you can see anybody who dances and sings. That's pretty much how they grew up. You know what I mean? The parents just singing and dancing around them. It's just a normal thing, a way of life. It's not like I'm singing now, oh, I'm dancing now. It's just a regular music's on, we're doing it. It's off, we're not doing it. You know what I mean? Or we're singing or something. But breaking. Yeah. Let's see. I was at middle school and I seen people breaking. Like, I don't know if you heard of Boss Crew up here. But I seen those guys breaking and stuff, and I was playing basketball, I was hooping and stuff like that. I was a sports guy. I didn't want to get my shoes dirty and all this stuff. It was just crazy. And then like I seen him doing it for like 2 years, and then finally went to high school. And I don't know if you know Domes from Massive Monkeys, but he's like my brother. He's like a guy that I literally like. I was born his friend. So he's like my brother. Yeah. My mom and his mom are friends since they was little kids, and so we do kind of everything together. So we kind of just decided to just start this breaking thing. And because one of our friends was doing it named Maurice, and he kind of got in, he's in the crew too, but he started doing it. And so it was kind of it was an access for us to get into it and not be too cool to approach people. Cause that was part of it too. Like we were too cool to approach, like, and ask somebody to teach us how to break. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
Through him, and he, you know what I mean? He knew a little bit. We kind of we'd fuck around in the front of his yard. And that 96 and around New Year's Day was when we really started. I don't know if we really were really breaking then, but we were just trying to do stuff, like hip ups, and we were just making fun of it. You know what I mean? Like kind of being silly. And then it kind of like when we went to school, we kind of started taking it serious, and then it just went from there. I think when I got windmills is when everybody started taking it serious. You know what I mean? Because I got windmills pretty quickly, and it just went from there, man. I can't even like
Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, it's like 96. That the beginnings are always so blurry, you know what I mean? But I remember seeing like
Mhm.
Fever.
For sure.
There's a for certain performance that I seen like a year before that was just crazy to me. And I'd never seen breaking like that before. You know what I mean? I kind of seen this shit on TV. You know,
Yeah.
that's cool and stuff, but like, you know what I mean? But like that was dope. But I originally wanted to lock. I wanted to be a locker. But
Oh,
there's
okay.
I thought breaking was locking. I thought it was all like one thing.
Uh-huh.
And so like, you know what I mean? And I mean, it took me like a year, maybe 2 years to realize that it was something different. You know what I mean? Like totally different from the other. And then it was West Coast, and then it was like, you know what I mean? You learn all this other different stuff, and I thought it was all one thing from New York. Like everybody just did that stuff, but locking truly is, you know, the one that kind of does started everything. So, but
Yeah.
when breaking happened, it was like a chance to start over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
when you
taught
said
myself.
when you
Go
learned
ahead.
the those windmills, was it self-learn you said with some homies and stuff at the
Yeah, we
time?
just did it. Somebody just shows you how to start it, and then you just go from there. You know what I mean? Like you just keep
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I'm one thing that I'm good at. I'm good at throwing myself and just figuring it out. But, you know, I mean, a lot of people just
Right.
they
Yeah.
don't want to go through the pain and not. I don't necessarily say I don't feel pain, but I like it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like so it gets me things
There
faster.
you go.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll figure it out quicker because I don't really, you know, now at this point, I like it. You know what I mean? That's when I know that something's happening. When I feel a little bit of not necessarily pain, it's like good pain. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Mhm.
hard. You could feel that resistance, and so like I'm looking for that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing that keeps you hooked is if you're working hard. If it gets too easy, it's like man, that's when it gets. That's why I took the 10 years off. It's I couldn't figure out what else to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I was locking, breaking, everything. Because I've tried to do everything. You know, I'm not just breaking. Like I use everything to help breaking, but I mean, I'm learning everything, man. Like all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and so like it, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to have every option at my disposal. Like, you know, it's not just breaking, popping, and locking. I mean, it's not just up rock,
Yeah.
footwork, and freeze. There's like so many places. Like martial arts, that you can move. Like I love Bruce Lee, and like you know, you have to know all the forms. You have to know everything. Like I don't know.
Yeah. What
I
makes it
just
different? What move is this? And
because
you know.
it's not about the physical moves. It's about how you feel. It's about exploring and coming up with new stuff every day. And if you don't have like new stuff to
Mm,
do to work on, you're gonna just not appreciate it. You know what I mean? And I just never wanted to be that guy that just, you know what I mean, just kind of hangs around and was good and I got to make it hard for myself as much as possible. And like, you know, like
yeah.
that's why I had to stay away for a little bit. I needed to kind of reset myself. And,
For sure. Yeah, definitely
but
kind of,
like I said, go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I'll say that no, it totally makes sense, kind of rebalance, yourself, you're doing this. I took breaks too here off and on too, but uh
Mhm. They're
yeah, like
important, man. Like,
yeah.
taking a break from breaking is important. And I know, like, when people get famous and stuff, like, it's really hard for them because they're traveling. They obligate it becomes their employment after that at that time. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. You gotta think about the culture. I mean, like, and you're not saying that it's like bad, but you gotta just at least stay out of. That doesn't mean you're not training, but you gotta kind of give yourself a little bit of a break. And like,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean? So
sure.
you gotta be fresh and new when you're saying these things to kids. I mean, because I caught myself. You know what I mean? Like I'll say the good stuff, but you know, I'm not taking my own advice. You know what I mean? That's when I'm like, yo, okay. You know
Right,
what I
yeah.
mean? I'm giving out all this good advice, but I'm not doing it myself. So, because I can make
Yeah.
anything sound good, but like, you know, I want to be true to myself. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like the OG thing is hard because like, then you can't like, there's nobody hating on you. So it's hard to like muster up like some like, you know what I mean? Because in breaking, man, you got to muster it up. You know what I mean? You want to be like in that zone. It's like, I don't want to say
Yeah.
it's like playing sports because it is different, but the competitive part is similar. But the
Yes. Yes.
sports thing is totally different. Like sports is different than breaking. Like, and I know it's going that route, but it's gonna hit. You know what I mean? But it's art. You know what I mean? It's an art form that like no matter what, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna be the thing. Like that's the thing is the art form. That's what attracts people to it. The sports part is just sports are just too empty for me. You know, that's why I
Mm,
played sports. I wanted to be a professional athlete, man. Sports was empty, and it got really political. The higher you got, and just
right, yeah.
I see breaking getting there, but I'm gonna prevent it from getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that it goes there, but I mean, it's not the same thing. Once you get there, you're gonna be like, man, why am I here? You know what I mean? And you're gonna go resort back to like being an artist.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it always
Yeah.
happens. Always happens. So that what I'm doing is preparing. What I came back for is I'm gonna have. I
Hmm.
think of it like being a
Yes.
musician or actor. You know what I mean? That's how I think of breaking. Like it's not. I mean, I played sports and I'm very competitive, and it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's like being a musician or actor. Because then when you do that, you think of it differently. You give it more of a divine
You
thought
think
process
is it
instead of
because
like
like
winning a competition or being such a physical thing like, oh, I gotta hit this free. You're thinking more of a feeling that you're trying to give off than. And I get it, you know what I mean? People they want to win a
yeah.
competition. I get it. I get it. You know what I mean? But that's for like kids and stuff. You know what I mean? Like once you get there and you establish that, move on from that. Don't just stay doing that forever. It's just your
Hmm.
style will stay the
Yeah.
same forever. I mean, I want to have a new stuff all the time. You know, some people are comfortable with it's just really this breaking stuff is dope because you could do whatever you want with it. You could
Yeah.
be at home chilling. You could be dope. You could be one of the best in the world and just stay home, or you could travel the world, or you can go to TV, or you can do anything with this. You know what I mean? That's what's so dope about it. You know what I mean? Like and like I'm just creating another option for people. I'm not saying, oh, you have to do it this way or that way, like most people do. You know what I mean? There's not one way to do it. You could do it any way you want to. You know what I mean? That's what's
Yeah.
dope about it. You know, you could do anything. You could be super famous or not. And you know, I mean, you could be better than the famous person, but who cares? It's just a matter of you could do whatever you want with this. You know what I mean? So, and
Right.
it's
Yeah.
always there. You don't need to have everybody agreeing with you or any. You could have your own little world. You know what I mean? That's why I started. It was like a brand new thing. Like myself, me,
Yeah.
like I'm the owner, I'm the GM, I'm the president, I'm the fucking star player, I'm the bench player. You know what I mean? Everything. I'm
Yes.
everything. It's my own little world. It's like the one thing in my life where I'm very selfish at. Hold on, somebody might be coming upstairs, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
the one thing in my life where I'm, you know, because I have a little brothers. I had to share everything in my life, like all the time, man. Like, and with this, it was my chance to just be a little selfish. But even then, like you know what I mean. Like I just feel like my life is always, I'm always having to share. Because even with the break, when the breaking started, I had to start sharing that. That's my role in my life. I'm always sharing everything I got, and I think that's a big reason why I get a lot of these good
Hmm.
opportunities and stuff like that. Is because I share it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say God.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a religious person, but like the universe blesses me with these opportunities and you know, a lot of
Yeah.
times I get them prematurely and then I get ready for them. It's not like a lot of people, they get ready for the opportunity and then they do it. But for me, for some reason, I'm thrusted into these moments where I didn't even like plan for them.
Uh-huh.
And I just stepped to the plate. And then from there, you know what it takes. You know what I mean? It's kind of an
Yeah.
opposite way.
Yeah.
Like even when I make up moves, I usually make them up at the battle or something because I can't really emulate how I feel at a battle. It's like a totally different feeling. So I just prepare my body. I like a lot of conditioning and just be ready for the moment. And then I'll make up something on accident and then I'll train it and, you know what I mean, establish it. It's kind of the opposite way of how I do it, the opposite way of how a lot of people do it. I like to let
Yeah.
things come to me. You know what I mean? And then, because then you know it's meant for you when you let it kind of just attract to you naturally. You know what I mean? Instead of kind of
Yeah.
chasing something down. When you chase something down, man, you're wasting a lot of energy and a lot of time. And it's just, I don't got time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You
I
know,
want
yeah, for sure.
and then it doesn't become fun anymore. Which is really, really underneath everything. This we're doing this to have fun. You know what I mean? Real fun, like genuine, like fun, like not like
Yeah.
oh you know what I mean? Like real fun, like a feeling. You know what I mean? I don't know what everybody has a different definition of what fun is, but like really that over everything, that's what we want
Yeah.
to do is have fun. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And we have so much fun with this dance, like serious for real fun, not like laughing and happy. You know what I mean? Like real
Yeah, when you
results.
guys like ciphering or you getting the vibe out and stuff with
Mhm.
your crewmates or homies or whoever's in the circle and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's all
Um,
about playing. It's all about playing. You know what I mean? Even like within the animal kingdom in the wild, when they play, they're teaching each other how to kill. You know what I mean? So much stuff that comes in with when you're playing. You open your
yeah,
mind up, you open up your senses, everything's going. You don't know it, you know what I mean? But everything's flowing. You're having a good time. And, you know, that's why time flies. when you're having fun. You know what I mean? All these things happen, like because you just hit your, that's what the human body wants. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wants to have fun. It does anything it can. It will work really hard to have fun. You know what I mean? You don't work
Yeah.
hard to work hard. You work hard because you want to have fun. You want to take a break. You want to, like, you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
that's what we want. You know what I mean? There's a balance to everything, but really we want to have fun, man.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
work real hard to have a little bit of fun. You know what I mean? I'll wait for the good stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to live my life like that. You know what I mean? Some people will not be happy, but that's their choice.
For sure.
You know,
For
but I'm around a
sure.
lot of people that are like that. You know what I mean? That are really, you know what I mean, just kind of stuck in their ways, and I don't know. They don't. I don't. Go ahead.
Right, for
I
sure.
don't want to talk about other people. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah. You
Stop
good?
me
You
when I
good? You know, I've been a lot of self doubts here and there too, and like even competitions. I will go to
do.
competitions just to compete, cipher a
Mhm.
little bit here and there. But like at practices, I'll probably do better or hit these moves because I feel more free and vibed out.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to get down at competitions and get ciphers and get more freely. But
Mhm.
I'm still learning that as I'm growing, and then sometimes I won't take risks to I feel this move, but like I might not try this when I feel it during at the battle because I'm trying to be safe, to like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
I don't want to hit moves that I can hit, but like, sometimes like you're saying, you kind of feel like have that feeling, and just sometimes you just do, and you don't know how it'll flow until you actually try it, and
Yeah, and it's like, the competitions are they're a little rigid, you know what I mean? Because at first you really do have to go through that stress, man. You have to like you can't just start off by having fun, man. Nobody's gonna, no matter if you're good or whatever, like even in sports or whatever, they're not gonna let some like young person come in and like it's just like one of those things where like you have to earn the right to have fun in breaking. Breaking is like a and it's just set that way. It's just a human thing. It's not a breaking thing. It's in everything. You know what I mean? Like you have to come in, you have to kind of put your head down, you
yeah,
have to battle, you have to be respectful. Then, you know what I mean, when you hit a certain point, then you could really like have fun, if you know what I'm saying. Like get loose. Cause at first you have to learn how to like go, you have to go through the gauntlet, you know what I mean? To earn the right to have fun. No matter
yeah,
what, it's just a human thing. It's not a breaking thing. It's like you have to show your respect, you know what I mean, to the dance. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you
yeah,
dance, you're a human being, you
yeah,
connect with people because you want people to also say, oh man, I could do that. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, but I could do that. You know what I mean? You want to show enough room where like, I don't know. And then dancing is how you bring them in. It's like I don't know.
yeah.
It's
No,
like
definitely.
hypnotizing. It's like hypnotizing people. Like, you know what I mean? You can't just do big crazy tricks all the time. That's why it's called tricks. That's why it's called like power moves. You know what I mean? It's breaking. I mean, you do top rock, forward, and freeze, and I mean that's breaking. If you're doing that, you're breaking. Anything else, and a lot of people they associate all these other moves with breaking when they're not, and
Mm,
just you know what I mean. And even they'll start the breaking with those moves, but you know what I mean. Like, and that's fine. It'll as long as it leads you to somewhere, you know what I mean. But like, really make sure you dance, man, because I mean that's the only thing that I see
yeah,
today. Like everybody's dancing, dude. Like, and
yeah.
my mom is one of those people like she's never really seen me break in person or she's proud of me and stuff like that, but it's not a big deal. But she likes dancing, like, you know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, and so, like, I think in the back of my mind, I'm always trying to, like, impress her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
The dance, she doesn't care about no flips or no crazy moves. She don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? Like, and it's really hard. And it's not necessarily I'm trying to impress her. It's just that I want to impress that kind of person. I want that kind of person to really come into breaking like, whoa, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to grab that person that's way back there. You know what I mean? And so
yeah,
I really dedicate myself to dancing. You know what I mean? And I put a lot of my athletic ability in dancing. A lot of people they use it for power or whatever, but and then they'll dance as like a prerequisite and they'll come out and just do some little bullshit. But like you know what I mean? Like I'm doing as hard as I can. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the
No,
point
I get it.
mark that
Yeah.
I want. And I feel like it's my fault that it kind of didn't get there because that really when I was deep in the scene, that was kind of like my role. You know what I mean? Like, I went through a lot of stuff in life that nobody knows about. So when I started breaking, I had a lot of stuff to let out. You know what I mean? But all the hardship you had to go through to get there. But I had to deal with stuff that was piling up before I can go any further. Because I could have kept traveling. I could have kept coming home to like stuff to do. You know what I mean? Or like things that I was, you know what I mean? Because towards the end, I was like, I'd leave to get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? And then I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I gotta go home. Fuck, I gotta deal with this shit when I get home. you got to make sure your real life is like taken care of. You know what I mean? And that will really help you a lot because really, you know, you're trying to like I said, you have to earn the right to get there. You know what I mean? You're having fun and stuff, but having
Yeah.
fun is not necessarily free and easy. You know what I mean? You have to earn that shit. To
Yeah.
you'll have more fun when you work hard. It's like you work hard to have fun.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you
Get the reward at the end or
know what I
within that
mean?
hard work.
It's more sweeter. You know what I mean? Like it's always better when it's earned.
That's where the experience and knowledge comes from is through all the hard work going through it, and that's the experience and knowledge you can give to, a student or someone you're coaching or mentoring or you're teaching, right? Because all the
Yeah.
steps and hard work you've been through, those, 106 steps you done or,
Hmm.
1,000 windmills you done, how hard is it to get it? When I first learned it, my shoulder back here got all bruised out when I was learning windmills. It took me
Oh
to
man,
to
that's
learn
good.
windmills longer. It was ground power is hard for me for some reason. I could do
Yeah.
like swipes and flares. I learned that first before I learned a windmill is weird, but I could do
Hmm.
windmills now. But yeah,
Was like your shoulders bleeding and stuff, or was it just like
uh, it didn't bleed. It's just like inside. It just got bruised up and stuff. Like every time I'll try to
right?
go in, like it just hurt. I couldn't find the sweet
Yeah, yeah.
spot for some
Same,
reason.
same for me.
So
Like in my bone, and like you know what I mean. I look at people's bones, even like you know what I mean. Like my bones are really sharp. They're like really like you know what I mean? Like you can see my face, like because I tried to box when I was younger, but my face was really sharp. My if you feel my bones are really sharp, and so like
ah,
my things wouldn't even just bruise; they would bleed.
oh
Both
wow.
my shoulders, like when I learned in windmills and coin drops, but I just it's like one of those things I'll keep going. My after practice, my whole shoulder would be bloody. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, dude. Like it's never I mean, once I figured it out, it never happened again. But man, it's like I understand that. I mean, you know, if you got sharp bone, you got to just figure it out. You got to learn how to tuck yourself in, like you know what I mean. And like a lot of people that don't want to feel that. Once they feel that little bit of like, they're
Yeah,
like, oh hell no, I'm good, dog. I'm good. You know what I mean? Especially when you don't feel it no more. That's when you really like it. Like you don't feel that pain no more. You're like, oh man, you figured something out. You know what I mean? About yourself and about just the human body, like how to fix things or how to adjust it. You know what I mean? What you thought was impossible before. It's usually like what I'm good at. You know what I mean? Using the right words to like make people keep going. You know what I mean? Because really, that's all it's about is just keep going. You know what I mean? You'll figure it out. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, a lot of people they get discouraged. It's just it's not just in breaking, man. It's just in everything. You get discouraged really easily. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
You
yeah,
you want what somebody else has, and then like, but really, you're never ever gonna have what somebody else has. You can only create you and what you can do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
No,
there
that
really
was
is
dope. That's
no
dope.
like, it's really, you know what I mean? A lot of people get stuck in that. Like, they want what's, and that's just a human thing. People just want what other people have because our eyes kind of trick us. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you see
yeah,
somebody else you don't know if they're of course everybody's gonna be happy in front of you and make it look good, but really they might be fucking like me when I
uh,
was traveling around the world and everybody wanted what I had. Oh, Juice, you're inspiring me, but really, if you knew what I was going through, you would not want to be me. You know what I mean? You would not want to be me. I don't give a fuck
yeah,
what you know what I mean. Like I'm good, dog. You can keep that. At that moment, you know, things were I you know I did it myself. You know, things were piling up and stuff. I was just ignoring real life because I was so enthralled in my
yeah,
breaking so into my breaking that like I was ignoring so much other stuff. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
so you got to make sure you know balance it out and stuff. So
yeah, yeah. I think that's one part
because
of
breaking will check you. Breaking is like a to me it's like a guardian angel. Like it will check you. You know what I mean? It wants real people representing it. It doesn't want it's not gonna let some like idiot be on the forefront. You know what I mean? Breaking is like I feel like
yeah,
it's the future. They got brought out in neighborhoods that were poor. They didn't have sports. They didn't have ballet. They couldn't afford classes, so kids were just messing around. You know what I mean? Something came out of it, and just if you keep that idea, you know what I mean. You're gonna excel in breaking a lot. That's like the secret. But don't just move around. You know what I'm saying? Just roll around. Don't think of breaking like six. I got to do this. I got to do that. Just roll around and then work it out. It's like if you wrote poetry. Don't try to put your grammar in there. Just write a bunch of words and then work it. Then sort it all through. Then take what out stuff. You know what I mean? But just roll around and play. You
yeah,
know, people forget how to play. The longer they break, they forget how to play. You have
yeah,
to play around. Routines, all this stuff, all comes from playing around. all the best moves that you've ever seen have been on accident, and then they've trained it. They're trying to do something else. They're trying to do something else, and then that happened, and then boom. And
Oh
that's what
yeah.
I'm looking. That's what I'm. You know what I mean? You got to recognize those little mistakes and those little things, and make those into moves instead of trying to get that. You know, if I really want something along the way, you're going to end up messing up a bunch of different ways. And so, if you can make those moves, you have 10 moves trying to get that one move. You know what I mean?
Through the hard
And I
work
get it.
and
You want what other people have. You know what I mean? That's just a human thing. But like once you give that up, man, it's like everything is available. Everything will inspire you. You know what I mean? If once you open that up, because really everything is it's right in front of you. You know what I mean? It's inspiration
yeah,
is everywhere.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. Kind of redefine yourself or find yourself, or you think it's like a lot of self-awareness right
Well,
now
you're
with
giving yourself
people.
you're giving yourself as many options to find yourself. You're not just putting all your if you're really being yourself, you're gonna be yourself in everything. You're gonna be the same person in everything you do. It's going to bring that out of you. That's what I love about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was one of those people I painted when I was younger. Like they used to want to fly me to like Russia when I was younger. Like you know what I mean? Like I was scared. I was like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I doubted even though I was good. I knew I was good, but you doubt yourself and you're afraid of succeeding in some sense. You know what I mean? Because success comes with responsibility, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
especially
Yeah.
you might get famous for it, but you will almost have no time to practice. You're not going to get, you know what I mean? Unless you really put in extra work, you're not, you know what I mean? It's going to be very hard to get better. And, and that's cool too. Maybe people, that's all they want. It's all, whatever you want. You know what I mean? So you're gathering a lot of people that are like, oh, I don't want to say insecure, but they're right there. You know what I mean? Like you really like got to make sure that you represent yourself,
Yeah.
the universe, and just beyond. Breaking will can get you there, and it's just like martial arts. It can get you there, man, of enlightenment. If that's what you want, you know what I mean. There's so many things because breaking is like the only thing in the world. I think you could put anything in it and it works as long as you. It's not like you could put ballet in it and mix it up with basketball and put a little bit of fucking martial
Yeah.
arts in there and have a whole style, a whole brand new thing. You know what I mean? It's like you could do whatever you want. You could add anything to it. It's the only, even from popping and locking and breaking. Breaking is the only one out of the three where you can add popping and locking in it and it works, but you can't add breaking to the other two. You
Right.
can, but
Yeah.
you can't. You see what I'm saying? But like breaking is the only thing. That's why I feel like it's the ultimate like human thing to do, even beyond martial arts. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it can go further because you have to beat somebody with beautiful movement and like so you have to exaggerate it. Like it takes you to places, you know what I mean? Like and it just
Yeah.
there's no limit.
Wow.
There's no limit to it. Like there's no limit to it. Like it's all on you. I don't know. I feel like this breaking thing is that's the thing about the competitions to me. I feel like that breaking to me has no limit, but when you do a competition, you're limiting yourself. And that's cool.
Mm.
You do it, use it as a platform to do other things, but you know what I mean? But like really be trying to achieve something way more divine than that.
Right. Yeah.
Like me, I want to be remembered
Yep.
forever. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be that I'm remembered for. You know what I mean? I just want to be remembered forever. Like,
Yeah. Right.
and so that's all that's all I know. And then what I have at my disposal is breaking.
For sure.
I'm just being a regular human being. You know what I mean? Like,
Especially during
so
competitions, like people
yeah.
beat themselves up. Oh, I didn't pass top 16 because I lost to this guy, or they'll call the
Hmm.
judges. Maybe at that moment you didn't do as best as you could have done, beforehand. But
And see, and
it's
that's
in
what I
that
try to
moment.
tell people too. Don't even though you're doing a competition and stuff like that, don't put your feelings and your wants and needs in other people's decisions. Don't, you know what I mean? That's a part of it, man. Like, once you don't care about that, it's such a weird thing and it's hard for people to grasp this, but once you don't give a shit about that, that's when you're going to start winning. That's when you're going to start winning because you're not going to think about anything. You're not dwell on not making top 16. You're going to just enter the next one and the next one and the next one until it happens.
My first jam I won on Portland, right? I joined it was a 2 versus 2. I battled with Fly from True Roots. I don't know if you remember him or not.
Mhm.
But at the time, I said I was in the crew against all odds, but at that time I was the only one in the member in the crew that was actually competing. This was
Mhm.
like 12 years ago, right? And
Mhm.
and I remember I entered with him, and that's my first jam I won. I was kind of like in my head, I was just like, F it, I'm just gonna, do what I feel and just
Yeah,
just do whatever I
exactly.
want, right? And
Mhm.
throughout the jam, it's like I think my last run I was in the finals, and I just felt the beat and just started rocking with it. I didn't do like the
Uh-huh.
best tricks or moves, but like
Uh-huh.
the whole crowd went off. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm telling you, that's a human being thing. That's what they want to see, man. They don't care, and it's dope. They have crazy moves, but to me, a lot of times, crazy moves. I feel like a lot of people hide behind them. You know what I mean? They don't want to dance because really it's hard to dance. It's you have to, and it's not hard in the sense of like, oh, you got to hit the weights. It's hard because you got to really dig deep and really almost you're like naked out there. You got to reveal who you are and be willing to hear people judge it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because that it really, I could let anybody judge my moves and I don't care. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just on the surface. You know what I mean? But really, when I'm dancing and somebody says something bad about it, I'm gonna hurt. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna cry almost. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It's like you talking shit about my mom or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, or saying something bad about me. You know what I mean? Like the real me. You know what I'm saying? And really, the dance, that's what it wants. That's the only way it moves forward. Like, that's what it's begging for. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it needs art. It needs human emotion in there.
Yeah.
You know what I
The
mean? The movie has got
connections.
breaking's got hundreds of moves. It's like I'm telling you, breaking is begging for like people to dance, and it will reward you. It will thrust you up to the
Yeah.
front, whatever you want. You know what I mean? But even like I said before, that takes responsibility too. But like I'm telling you, everybody's gonna
Is
disrespect breaking all over the world until we start dancing.
yeah.
We're always gonna be in this little pocket. Oh, we'll stick you guys over here,
Do
and
you
you know what I mean.
think
But
like breaking today, you think it's that is that kind of getting slowly missing out a little bit like towards like
yeah,
the
but I mean,
originality and art form and stuff?
yeah, but I mean, I don't stress out about it because breaking has always gone back and forth between like a, I don't want to say power. I don't like calling it power moves. I don't like that word, that phrase,
Mm,
because then it starts cutting up the dance and like separating things. You know what I mean? Like really, it's all
right.
together. But really, if you know what I mean, it always goes back and forth because you need that power. You know, but it always goes back and forth because at some point somebody's gonna come along, or they start dancing and then they start winning, and then it's not about the competitions though, man. Like I'm telling you, like I won so many
Yeah.
competitions before I even stepped on the floor. You know what I mean? Like I play the game within the game. Once I battle you in front of everybody, I've already done everything that I can to beat you. You know what I mean? Like, and at that point,
Uh-huh.
I'm just going out there because judges can't judge me because I've done everything. Because there's the ciphers. You're dancing at practice. There's your dancing in the battle. Everybody's watching. They put it all together. It's not just what you do in the battle. I'm telling you, they're watching everything. You know what I mean?
uh
You're on stage all the time.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can affect somebody before you even battle them. You know what I mean? They're already. You know what I mean? There's the game within the game. You know what I mean? Like basketball players, football players, everybody does it. You know what I mean? You're always working it. And if you really want to be good at it, you got to work. It's like being a spy almost. You know what I mean? You got to work the floor. You got to there's more than just the actual what's happening in the battle. And a lot of people, they
Mm,
put everything on that,
yeah.
but really there's so much you could do before that that would really set you up for success. You know what I mean? And even if you don't win the battle, really you'll win the war. You know what I mean? In the end, like so, like because really, if you're really being
Yeah.
yourself, in the end, you will win. You know what I mean? A lot of times you see all the greats, Rock's right, all of them. A lot of them, I don't want to say late bloomers, but they came out, they just stuck with it, and then finally broke through, and then boom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they ain't giving it up. You know what I mean? Like
So
so.
it's consistency. It's key.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say that.
It's
I don't want to
cliche,
say that
right?
because yeah, I don't want to say that. It's just being yourself. But even saying consistency, it's just some of those things where I'm gonna be consistent now. You know what I mean? It's like just be yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Always be consistent. You'll always be consistent. There's not the word consistent won't even matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't even come in the realm. It's just you just are. That's really hard to do, though. I mean, even Bruce Lee said the hardest thing to do is be yourself. You're
Oh,
surrounded by all these other things and shit. It's really hard, man.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
once you do that, and sometimes you got to do like me. Breaking is something that I do to let things out. I don't use it for to acquire things. You know what I mean? Even though I get things from breaking opportunities and stuff like that, I have to do so many other things outside of breaking that are not breaking at all to help my breaking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do
Right.
so, and then once I start breaking, I just put it all together, then it becomes breaking. You know what I mean?
When you say that as like part of your creativity, things you see out that inspires you to bring the movement out, or like how do you train your mindset with it? Like
I mean, whatever makes me feel, whatever I think is cool and good is what I do, whatever feels right. Cause I feel like that feeling, you're going to give that off better. Or even sometimes things that are painful, that are, messed up in life. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Those are the things that people are going to feel. They're going to feel like the most extreme emotions. And if you use your emotions to motivate your movement, you're going to give that out, make that person feel that. Because really, they're not going to ever know how you feel, but as closely as you can get it, is what you want. And you have everything at your disposal. You have music, people watching you. There's so many things you can use. You know what I mean? Even just the air that, flies across somebody when you're dancing. There's so many things that you can factor in. It's not just the breaking moves. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you think past that, breaking moves become so minuscule because I can give off a feeling by doing no moves. You know what I mean? I could do nothing. I could just dance to the music. I don't have no style, no breaking, no nothing, no house dance. I'm just moving around and I will give off the feeling. You know what I mean? That's what you want. And then you apply your
Yeah.
breaking on top of that because then you have a foundation underneath your foundation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you have your emotions, man, that takes you to the next level, like stage or whatever, that battle, or if it's just somebody calling you out, you know what I mean? A lot of times you have to muster up some emotions, man. Like, and just once you hit that, it's like I said, it's like time stands still. It's like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? You're just doing shit that you didn't know you could do. And so that's what you want. And you only get those moments a few times in your life. And so you got to just get ready
Yeah.
for them. You know what I mean? You get those a few times, man. Like, and you got to be ready because those ships don't come back around. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
got to just stay
Wow.
ready. You got to stay ready because the opportunities come. But if you're so worried about wanting somebody else's stuff, your ships are going to come by and leave all the time. And
That's
you got to take
dope.
what's meant for you. And it's hard. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times what's meant for you starts out as nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, what? That's what I'm getting? The fuck? You know what I mean? But trust me, you know what I mean? Like, but I don't know, and you can get famous, and that's cool, but it'll be like superficial, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Right. The best
Trick
thing
for me is I got famous really quickly at a young age, and so my thing was always to block all that out. Especially when somebody said something good about me, I didn't believe them. I thought they were
uh,
trying to fuck with me. I thought they were trying to like. This is what I tell myself to keep myself grounded. You know what I mean? Like, nah, they're just talking shit. They're just trying to fucking throw me off. You know what I mean? They're trying to, you know what I mean? And a lot of people do that. That's the game within the game. People do that. You know what I mean? They'll compliment you, but really underneath they want to fucking, you know what I mean? They want
oh,
to take your head
right.
off. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I guarantee you
Yeah.
95% of those people that come up and say, give you props, they want to take your head off. What they're doing is trying to soften you up.
For
You know what I mean? This
sure.
is just the competitive part of me. You know what I mean? But like, really, there's people I don't know. And I'm not gonna like. Don't put your emotions in other people's hands. Even if they're the most caring person, you're responsible. This is your life. You know what I mean? This is what you. And the thing about breaking, it really kind of is the closest thing to like imitating life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so that's what I love about it because it's unlimited, dude. Like, and so anything that happens in your life, good, bad, you can use your breaking to express that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every day something happens in your life, you could use that as inspiration to, oh man, now I'm gonna go practice. I want to make that into something. I love making up new stuff, and so that's all I cared about. I got famous accidentally. You know what I mean? It didn't. And so I didn't. And it was frustrating at first. I was like, man, I just want to keep practicing. I didn't want it to go away after that. You know what I mean? But I really didn't. I only care about just practicing in the corner because really I feel like that's where it all starts. You know what I mean? In the little corner where you're practicing, everything, the world is at your disposal. You can kind of dream up anything and it will happen if you work hard
Yeah.
enough. Like I always call it the human element, even in breaking and battles and everything. If you hit the human element, people aren't watching you. They're not judging you. They're not watching you. They're just feeling you. And you will always, and I'm telling you, man, I made a lot of people frustrated because I beat them and they've had crazier moves or whatever, but I'm telling you, and of course you can watch a video, you can analyze whatever, oh, did this, that, and this, but really in the moment, you don't know. You're just feeling it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm good at eliminating all those factors.
And
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
sometimes at jams you see the movements. Sometimes you don't see it on, on video or screenplay. But if you're there in the moment in the,
Mhm.
dance studio or competition, like and you feel the energy with it. So
Yeah, man.
makes it
And I'm
more.
telling you, that'll transcend everything. Like, just because even if I give people advice and I give them I could tell you all my secrets, but really they all
Yeah.
require a lot of work. So it's not
Yeah.
really no secret. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
work hard, you'll
definitely.
figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, because whatever advice I give, they're like, what? You have to do all that? Fuck. You know what I mean? But like
Right.
once you enjoy that, then it's just easy. You enjoy you're part of the process. You know what I mean? Even like Tom Brady and stuff, they enjoy the process. They can care less about the game or winning.
Yeah.
Really, they just enjoy fucking just getting up every day and doing it. Now that I got older, I really don't even care. Now that I'm older, I'm gonna dance in front of people. I'm gonna do
Right,
whatever. I don't
right.
care. I don't care what anybody. I don't have time to waste anymore. Now that I'm older, you know what I mean? Like I have to do it.
Yeah. Were a few things or what inspires you?
My family for sure, even though they drive me crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's my
yeah.
inspiration because I wanna. It's more than just breaking. You know what I mean? Like it's my family. I'm trying to leave like a legacy of just doing what you want to do. Not this, oh, you got to go to school, you got to get a job. I mean, you could just be yourself and be happy
Yeah.
and be contributing to the family by just doing that, by inspiring your family. You know what I mean? And so, and just to make them, and it's not even that they're going to break or anything, but it inspire them to be themselves and do what they want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. I want to leave that legacy for my family. And when you do that, well, I want to do it for myself first. And then when you do that, you do it for your family. When you do it for your family, you do it for your neighborhood. When you do it for your neighborhood, you do it for your city. When you do it for your city, you do it for your state. And it just trickles out from there. And really, all it takes is you practicing in the corner all day long. You know what I mean? And it will just
Yeah.
happen. The world will come. It's like gravity. It's just, or like a little drop in the water and just fly. You know what I mean? Be genuine. You know what I mean? And love your community and your family, and even if it's not the best, you know what I mean? I
For
traveled all
sure.
over the world, man. One of the things that I was good at is like I would always go somewhere where it's a small town or whatever, and everything that I would always hear, oh, we don't have these events, we don't have this and that. That's why we're not good. That's why we're not this and that. And you don't even need any of that. You know, Seattle wasn't like that. Seattle was not like that. Seattle was garbage. Like
Oh,
it was
really?
boring. There was nothing. There was nothing going on here. You know what I mean? We made it that way because that's what we wanted, and so
Yeah.
we kind of just made it that way. And we inspired other people to join to join what we're doing. And like Massive Monkeys there's a small fraction of us that are actual b-boys. You know what I mean? There's so many
Hmm.
other people doing things. You know what I mean? That we all just inspire each other to just do things, and it all comes together. You know what I mean? And becomes it looks like an event, but really there's so many other things that came into play for it to even become an event. You know what I mean? It kind of just the event
Oh,
part was
yeah,
the easy.
definitely.
The event part was the easy part. You know what I mean? You just throw an event.
Yeah.
But really, you know what I mean? There's a lot of other things happening. People knowing, just
You
you
know,
got to acquire as much knowledge as you can. And that's the thing about breaking. Everything helps when you're in school or your job or whatever. That those things can inspire you. Like you just, but like
and
I said, the thing about breaking, you can do whatever you want with it, dude. Like that's what's so beautiful about it. Like you could just want windmills, and that's fine. You know
turns
what I
into
mean?
baby mills or turns into tombstones there.
Yeah, exactly, exactly,
Right?
exactly. You never
Yeah.
know. You know what I mean? You just start off each day with a little goal, and after a while, you turn back around and you're like accomplished like hundreds of goals. You know what I mean? Like,
So, what are you up to nowadays? Are you doing like workshops or anything at the Beacon, or you working on any
no,
projects right now?
right now I'm just like, so I've done all that, and like I've done I've traveled, I've done things on purpose, like workshops and all that, and now I'm a little bit more different. Like, I want to be a student forever. Like, and
Mm,
the break was good because it gave a chance for me a whole new generation to come around. They might have heard about me or whatever, but like they don't like what was hard for me before, I'd be at practice. I feel like everybody was watching me. Literally, people would stop, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even feel like I'm that good, but it's just people were trying to figure out. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt weird. I'd go to the jam, and they'd want me to take the mic. You know what I mean? And talk on the mic. Like, oh man, can I just be chilling? You know what I mean? Like, I want to
yeah.
be a part of it. Like, or when I battle, people wouldn't even, they would be happy to lose to me. They wouldn't even like bring it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it was hard for me. Like, I want the real,
Yeah.
I want what you want. You know what I mean? I want to be I don't know. And it's hard. That's the hard thing about even getting known and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of thing that kind of changes a little bit. You don't have that like grind. And you know what I
Mm,
mean? And just you know what I mean? And it's hard to like redo it because then it's like I don't it's just
different. A
but
lot
like
of.
it was good. The break was good because like it now that I'm back, so I don't do anything on purpose. So I basically I showed up. There's all sorts of practices in Seattle. Like I even quit my job. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm all about. I don't even want to say breaking because I pop, I lock, I break. Each
Yeah.
day of
Yeah.
the week is dedicated to something else. You know what I mean? And I'm reaching out. Like I'm just practicing with people, and I feel like that's more. And not saying nothing. I'm just in the corner, and I know they're watching me. You know what I mean? Because I've showed up like when I started coming back out. I showed up at this practice. It's like an all styles practice with these kids in
Okay.
Seattle. And I just show up. They don't know who I am or whatever, and they just see me doing it. They're like, "Who the fuck is this guy? What the hell?
Right.
Who is this guy?" You know what I mean? They have no idea how old I am or who I am or whatever. I like that. You know what I mean? I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
now that it's been like a year, I'm starting to know people, and I could just tell that's my workshops. I'm just there with you. I'm part of
Yeah.
it with you. You know what I mean? Like, and so, and I know good things are going to come from me because I just know, I just go for it. You know what I mean? Like, and but this time around it's gonna be a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like, just a little bit different. It's
Yeah.
to be a little bit. I don't want to say selfish, but it's I'm older now. You know what I mean? I have my kids now, like, the Massive Monkeys, whatever. I've done all that. You know what I mean? Now it's just literally like kind of like I'm just gonna just do it the way I want to do it for the rest of the time that I have. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that
Yeah.
it came back. I wasn't even sure if it was ever gonna come back. But I
You're
made
talking
sure
about
that I
breaking?
said, yeah, I said if it does
Yeah, yeah.
come back, I'm gonna do it this way. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah, yeah.
I did before, man. I was everything about the Massive Monkeys, like everything, dude. Like I don't know. I had
Right.
to feel like I had to like blackmail them and force them to like believe in themselves a lot of times. You know what I mean? Like, and now, you know what I mean? It seems like on the surface that we always had to figure it out, but we did not. Now, my biggest people that would make fun of me is them. You know what I
Right.
mean? I go out travel because I was one of the only people traveling around at a certain time.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to be like some people were like only two or three people. The whole crew would be famous, but everybody else would be just obscure. You didn't have no idea who they were. I wanted Massive Monkeys not to be them. So I travel all around. I talk about everybody. Everybody would be trying, man, you need to leave them, dog. You need to. They're holding you back and this and that. I'm like, nah. You know what I mean? I'm telling you,
Right.
people that are our friends now or that are their friends now will be talking shit about them. You know what I mean? But I made sure to, you know what I mean? Then I come home and then they'd be kind of jealous that I'm getting flown around and they'd have to make
Right.
fun of me. If they're making fun of me. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
I kind of just let it blow over me. But they were my biggest, like, I don't want to say the word haters because they didn't hate me at all. They loved, we loved each other, but
Yeah, yeah.
I was the only one getting flown around. But I made sure, you know what I mean, to share my wealth. Because once you give somebody that knowledge, they have it forever. So I would use like my trips and stuff. I'd act like I couldn't make it or something. Get somebody
Yeah.
flown out that never gets flown out because, like, my word, people would just they would. It was crazy because people would just do what I said, what I asked, like,
Right, right.
and I would put the whole crew on after a while. You know what I mean? Like, and they all got a little bit of knowledge of to travel or whatever. You just once you get out of home, you get a little taste of it. You come back home and practice makes way more sense. Your direction, what you want to do, it kind of just it sharpens a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. And so, but this time around, it's all for me this time.
Right.
I just don't
Yeah.
have time. You know what I mean? And because sometimes I feel like I enabled some people, or if I'm inspiring you, it's not like I'm gonna drag you along. You gotta either come follow
Right.
me, or
Yep.
you can follow me, but I'm not gonna say anything to you. Like I'm just gonna go
Yeah.
this time. I
Yeah.
can't. I don't have time to wait anymore. Like because I wanted to be great. Like because I played a lot of sports, and I wanted to be that guy that like was a great teammate. You know what I mean? Like a great. I want to be known for that. You know what I mean? Being one of the best crewmates ever. You know what I mean? Like if I played
Uh,
sports, I'd be like Magic or something, or like what I mean. I was kind of like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I was dishing out dimes everywhere. You know what I mean? Like that was my mentality. And so this time around, I'm trying to score.
Right. For sure. For sure.
Yeah,
And
I need to get my points. I need to get my average up. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know. And I'm still Massive Monkeys, but like there's a newer generation of Massive Monkeys now, and one thing, the Massive
right.
Monkeys
Yep.
would have not been Massive Monkeys if we didn't have nobody in front of us. We got lucky because there's nobody in front of us. There's nobody to hold us back. There's no older crew battling us or just putting the pressure on us, or because that'll hold some crews back, man. That will hold them back.
Mm.
To keep them from growing because
Uh,
really their goal is to just beat you. And once they beat you, they're done. You know how many times that's happened in Seattle. Like good crews coming out of Seattle, but if they just wanted to be best in the world, they would have. But their goal is to just beat us. Once they beat
mm,
us,
right.
that was it. They probably felt like they beat the world because we go out beat the world and they beat us. You know what I mean? It's one of those
Yeah.
things where like,
Yeah.
and so like for me within the new crew of Master Monkeys, I don't want to get in their way. I want them, you know what I mean? I want them to do their thing. Like, I want them to feel what we felt. And so, I mean, I'll be there if you need me, but like really, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna let you
Mm.
guys ride it. And I'm just gonna do my thing and I'll represent Master Monkeys in a different way, like an ambassador almost. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, Juice Boogie. That's what's up. You not only you help me or build value inspired to that, but that helped me what you just said within the dance, right?
mm-hmm.
When I was learning, I got down with the crew, Park City Rockers a lot. They're like, yeah, you got to dance and moves, right? But the crew I was in,
Yeah,
they like to hit moves and do
yeah,
power moves, right? But I always been
mm-hmm.
kind of like in between. I got some tricks, but I was like, I love dancing with it too, like to rock the beat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you throw a move, or with the
Yeah.
music, right? Try to hit the beat. And so,
Mhm.
but yeah, I think definitely that's what I kind of see right now too. I see a lot of moves out there, but not a lot of like the
Yeah,
originality dancing. So
and the moves are amazing. You know what I mean? Like I love it. I love it.
it's
I do. But I
crazy.
mean,
Yeah.
it's gonna come back. So I mean, anybody who's thinking like, oh, it's going this way and that, it always comes back. Now that the moves are so crazy, now we really got to dance crazy. You know what I'm saying? To match it, girls.
Yeah.
It's just gonna look so weird. Either way, but I feel like that's why everything that I've done is making sense now. That's why I've
Right.
been wanting to, because I just wanted to dance to dance. It was also part of the competitive thing. Like, man, fuck that, I'm gonna dance on these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do something that they can't do. But now it makes more sense now because now that the scene doesn't have it, I'm like, oh man, everything that I have,
Yeah.
it doesn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything that I have, it doesn't have. So like, okay, I know what I
I'm
got to do.
I'm gonna see a freestyle, Nate.
And it's not
What
even about
40
it's not
plus?
even about it's not even about winning a competition. It's just about influencing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all my goal is right now. You know,
Hell
of
yeah.
course I'm competitive, I want to win and all that, but really sometimes that holds me back from really doing what I want to do. Cause sometimes to win you gotta do some stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta dumb it down a little bit for some stupid reason to win. I'm like, well, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like
What would you say was like one of your most memorable moments with breaking?
memorable, memorable in what sense? Good and
Um,
bad,
in a
like
beginning
beginning
way.
of the or like later, or I mean, I have
Is there a
it kind
lot?
of
Okay.
all that. But like, okay, I'll just say a changing moment where I realized I had something special was when I battled. Man, this is like way back when I battled Flowmaster. Like
Okay.
and it was just on an accident, you know what I mean? And my hand was fucked up, just fucking, you know what I mean? And then I don't know, we're like, oh, use Flowmaster. I was like, what? You know what I mean? I didn't think, you know, and it's funny because the day before we were joking, oh, we battle Flowmaster. Everybody was saying, you know what I mean? This is for Flowmaster. Because we knew he was coming to town. We didn't know he was going to battle or not. But like, then that
Yeah.
first round, lo and behold, here I go. Hurt
Oh,
hand, whatever. But then I brought it. You know what I mean? I realized I had something deep inside where I can bring it out if I ever needed it. You know what I mean? Like, and when I got angry, I would just go crazy and just fucking say, fuck it. You know what I mean? Fuck everybody. You know what I mean? And then everything would work out. But like, you know what I mean? Like it's not anger. It's just that it's like a survival instinct. Like that's just I just went off and I realized, you know, I can go dig deep even with a hurt hand and everything. I made shit happen. You know what I mean? I did a couple of things that I didn't ever do before. I was like, what? With one hand? You know what I mean? It made me believe in myself more. So when I went to practice, it made way more sense what I needed to
uh,
do. Ever since then, it's always happening. And you know, I don't know, man. I feel I feel like my career is different than a lot of other b-boys. You know what I mean? I feel really lucky in a lot of ways. And so, and I don't know if I'm doing it on purpose or subliminally or whatever, but like
yeah.
I try to keep myself naive to things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. Ooh, maybe I really am. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm making it
Right.
happen. I don't know, but I don't want to know. You know what I mean? Because that's what keeps me guessing and going. Like I want to, like these days, I want to be surprised. You know what I mean? I want to surprise myself. So
Yeah.
I'm looking for whatever I can to like, oh damn, I didn't know I could do that. Oh shit, I didn't know I could do that. Or, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm looking
Nice.
for, man. I
Nice.
want to surprise everybody. I want to surprise my crew, everybody. I don't want anybody. You know what I mean? That's just I don't know. That's why I got to play the game within the game. Even when I'm at practice, I'm not necessarily showing when I put videos online. I'm not showing nothing. You know, I'm just showing my feelings. Like, and I'm just showing my like. It's like a journal. You know what I mean? Just kind of just
Yeah.
messing around a little bit just showing myself, just showing my like vulnerability, like really, you know what I mean? Just showing little silly things that don't really, but those things help me a lot for when
For
like
sure.
when the time comes to really, you know what I mean? I can't explain it, but I'm just trying to surprise myself. You know what I mean? Because really, that was a big reason why I was just getting bored with it. Like, not breaking is not a boring thing. There's no way I should be bored with this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think we're gonna wrap up right here. We've been on
okay,
for
I feel like we
like
didn't
hour and a
answer any
half, or
questions.
maybe two. No, I think learning some of your disciplines, some of your, your mindset, your knowledge within the, the
Mhm.
dance and stuff, and a lot
Yeah.
of it, grounded where it says, hey, take care of
Mhm.
your business stuff and then break, or you can do both, but you just gotta balance each other out. And for you to say, hey, all the moves are dope, but keep dancing, keep
Well, you have.
bring that.
It's not. I'm just trying to tell you. I'm not trying to be the one to be. Oh, you said I have to dance. No, no. The dance will. You have to dance, man. I'm telling you. If you
Yeah.
wanna, it's just it's a form of enlightenment that you will be like, wow. I was like, how we started off the conversation, like, oh man, I was doing this the whole time and I could have did this. I'm telling you, once you start dancing, it'll all make more sense. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
really, that to me, that was the hardest thing to do. is to start breaking back in the day or start locking or popping. I mean, they had nothing. They had like these 60s dances to go off of
You know,
real fast.
I get like self-doubt all the time doing this podcast with other people that, you know,
Yeah.
other dancers, break dancers, you, and just like, you know,
Uh,
I get a lot of yeses and nos, right? Or people
mhm,
like will get back to me and you know, I
mhm,
always think I'm like, even I'm at a jam or like, huh, am I good enough to do this? But you know, it's
mhm.
only in my mind to think that. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And the more you believe in it, the more it'll be good. You know what I mean? So, and that's why,
yeah,
you know, I want to get into this world too. You know what I mean? And it's
yeah,
not to like, it's more of just to like have more things to express myself with, you know, or to share my message. Like, not
yeah,
necessarily be, I don't have to be interviewed all the time to let it be known. Sometimes, you know, what I want to do is just like put a
yeah,
statement out there, put like a this and that, or like a, you know, like philosophy almost, like just put out
yep,
a
yeah,
message and just let it inspire whoever it inspires. You know what I mean? I just
yeah.
don't. I want to make sure when I know what I'm saying, so I'm not telling people what to do. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Right,
you can do
right.
whatever you want. I don't want to tell people what to do because really, in the end, that's how they listen to me better.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thank you for being on the podcast.
yeah,
Such a
man.
blessing to have you on.
I'll do this anytime for you, man. Like I said,
Hell
we'll
yeah.
talk about it later. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I want to start my own, and I'm looking
Hell
for
yeah.
somebody's help to kind of help me. You know what I mean? Kind of like I'll whatever you need. If you want me to be a regular special guest or whatever, I got you.
Oh,
If you
for
want to,
sure.
if
Oh
you
yeah.
want to interview somebody and be like, "Oh, Juice will be on it," oh, I'll do it then. You know, whatever you got to do, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
Just help me, tutor me, or whatever you have to offer
for
to show
sure.
me.
For
And
sure.
then I got you. So it's yeah.
No, it's a
Maybe
great thing.
we'll see where it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Maybe it might
yeah.
be together, might be separate, but either way, like you know what I mean. We'll be inspiring each other to move forward and stuff. So
Through the content, but hopefully it builds value and inspires others in your method, right? It's like
yeah,
almost like breaking your breaking style. This is your content style, you know.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
so there's a lot of goodness out there. And you know, I'm gonna wrap it up here, but before we
Cool.
wrap it up, I want to do a cipher round with you. But when I say
Oh,
cipher round,
okay.
it's a little game. So I'm just gonna ask you like 5 questions, and you
Okay.
know, from the top of your mind, or you know, what comes up, what would
Am I saying
be
the first word that comes to my
answer.
head, or am I answering a question?
I mean,
Or
you got a few seconds, and the best is knowledge as what you think. So, like, you know, we can start. Let's start with the cipher round. So, first question would be, what is your favorite breakdance move?
the moves? So we're
Yeah,
not talking about dancing. We're talking about like an actual, just like move
yeah,
trick.
just a move trick. My favorite's a flare. I always love flares, but you know, I could do a couple, but not the best, obviously. But you know, I like
I
watching
would
it and do it.
probably the one that is like I would say my favorite in the sense of like I keep doing it all the time. It's just something that my whole style is built around. Them is the corn drop.
Okay, dope. Oh
Built
yeah.
around my style is built a lot around that move. But my favorite to do, and I rarely do it. I only do it at the battles. Is the
Uh-huh.
head cartwheel. I like doing the head cartwheel.
Ooh, yeah,
That's just one of
yeah.
those
That
ones where
thing's
I know if I hit that, I'm feeling good. It's
yeah.
one of those indicator moves that I mean I have a lot of favorite moves, but like that one in particular is like I never liked the flare move that I had. I never everybody loves that. I hate that move. But everybody I don't know, whatever. Well whatever. It's cool. It's part of the breaking. You guys can have it, do whatever the fuck you want with it. But head cartwheel
Yeah,
is my favorite
dope.
move that's not known. You know what I mean? But coin drop underneath all that is literally what my whole style is built off of. There's
Mm.
so many things you could do with that move. It's not even funny, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
it's helped me to the point where like I can't mess up. I can always fall. I can always clean things up. I can always pop up from it. I can always go down from it. It's just one of those like it's an important move for me.
Do you have an all-time favorite artist or band?
Man,
That might be a tough one because the door so
probably
much,
James
you know.
Brown, man. It's
James
definitely
Brown?
James
Okay.
Brown. James Brown and Prince. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
They're like a good tie. You know,
yeah.
probably Prince before James Brown because like I mean I didn't really hear James Brown till I mean you heard James Brown I Feel Good and stuff, but like James
Uh-huh.
Brown didn't really come in until I start breaking. I don't know. Whatever tree comes off of him is what I like. Like funk music. I
Dope.
mean, my favorite band. Oh man, that's a hard one too. Probably Cameo
Okay.
or Marquez. I like funk music, so I create
Ooh,
almost all my breaking to. I create everything to funk music, and then
dope.
I'll apply it to breaking music later. But really, everything starts with funk music.
Yeah.
Everything, all breaking, popping, and locking, all starts with funk music because
Ooh,
locking started it all.
fire. That's fire. Okay.
Funk music is where everything's. So many good ideas will come from funk music. It's not even funny, dude. Like because there's so much cadence so much silliness in there, so much seriousness, all in one song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just I love that music, man. It's good happy music.
Dope, dope. Hell yes. And then do you like pineapple on pizza?
I do,
Do?
I do,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
do. My
Okay.
daughters do everything.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
got a lot of mixed reviews on that. Some
Yeah,
no,
whatever.
yes,
Pizza's bomb. Pizza's good any kind of way, man. Like fuck. Pizza's
Yeah.
good any kind of way. Pineapple, I mean, I don't necessarily like order it. So if I get
Uh-huh.
pineapple on pizza, I want jalapenos with it.
Okay.
Just that by itself is bomb. Jalapenos and pineapples, so good.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
If you want to throw meat on there, that's cool. But I like pineapples on pizza is good, man. What's wrong with
Yeah.
everybody? Salty sweet is the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than salty sweet. Every culture has it. Their best dish is usually a salty sweet one. Like
Yeah.
almost every culture. Every culture.
Nice. Nice. Cool.
Because like
Oh,
you're hitting the full spectrum of flavor. You know what I mean? Like you're going from the top to the bottom. Like
yeah. Yeah. Mix it up. Well then, yeah, in your mouth.
yeah, I'm serious. I mean, I mean, really, that's what you have to eat. Like more important than breaking, you have to eat. And so, I mean, really, like you know, what I mean, that food is extremely inspirational. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
a whole art form all on its own that's been around for thousands of years. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, definitely.
That's probably one of the very first art forms of all time. You know what I mean? Really, if you
Yes.
think about it, they didn't know it was, but they were just doing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of minds and brains working towards that. Every single human being has to eat. So, not so whatever. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Get those recipes and so many
It's
different.
important, man.
What do you have a favorite book by chance?
I'm not a big reader, man.
Okay.
Not a big
Okay.
reader. When I was a kid, though, I read quite a bit. I liked Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh,
But really, I don't. I'm not a book reader. I like read a lot, but more like newspapers and stuff like that.
right. Yeah.
But a book, though, I mean, a lot of those things I've been acquiring as I got older. As I slow down more, I
Yeah.
start doing those things. I'm too hyper for those kinds of things. But as I get older, like my mom, she reads all day long. So
hmm
I've been around it my whole life. You know what I mean? When she reads, I'm calm. I don't know. I'm not there yet. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay. Well, but like
I usually
audiobooks.
like well, if I did read books and stuff, it's usually about philosophy,
Okay.
like even like science, anything to do with history, philosophy, and science. I'll read that. I'll read that. You know what I mean? But I'm
Okay.
just not good at like going and getting it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right. Right.
So I'm sure I will over time. You know, what I mean? It just takes one instance to make it happen. You know what I mean? But like, I feel like I'm breaking so much. I don't know. I just don't have one right now.
Okay. Yeah. No worries. No worries.
I read a lot of document. I do a lot of documentaries. I have, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just too hyper for that right now. Still, like
Cool. So next question. So if you got a chance to enter a 2 versus 2 competition with anybody, any breaker or B girl, do you know who would that be?
any time in the any time,
Any breaker, B boy, B
era,
girl, in no, any
probably.
era. Yeah.
Oh, damn,
I know it's
that's
tough.
a tough one,
Open.
man.
There's a lot.
Probably Remind
Remind. Oh,
for
okay.
sure, because I just know he has that in him too, man. That anger, that like, I just know he's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just
Yeah.
know he just came through so many times, dude, throughout history. I can't even explain it, dude. Like, and there's no doubt that, especially at his peak, that I think he's better than everybody. You know what I
Okay.
mean? The
Yeah.
creativity that he was bringing at the same time is just it's unmatched. That's why Mr. Wiggles put him at number two. I mean, fuck, man, that's crazy, dude. Like to have Mr. Wiggles, and this is back in the day, whatever, but still,
Uh-huh.
what he's contributed to the dance is immense, dog. It's immense. Like
Is it? Okay.
it's
Okay.
crazy, dog. Like it's crazy. Like you know, he's like my master in some sense. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying
Yeah.
that he doesn't, he's not out there, whatever. But I'm continuing, and I'm gonna have my own way of saying it. But like, there's like, I don't know. It's just, anyways. Go ahead.
Yeah,
But him
yeah.
though,
Okay. That's
he
all
would
the
be the one.
questions I had. Yeah. So Remind,
Yeah,
that's freaking dope. That's
yeah.
dope. Yes. Yes. And yeah, that's all the question for the cipher round. And
All right,
so
man. I
cool,
appreciate
man.
it, man. Yeah, like I
Um,
said, anytime, whatever, need something, let me know. But I'll
yeah,
hit you
hell
up.
yeah.
I'm not gonna bother you, but I'll hit you up and see if you're down to help me out. But if you can't, you can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
couldn't
Reach out
quit.
anytime. Do what I can to, help you in what you
Yeah.
need. for sure,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
just really
and
need to know where to start. What
okay.
I need, what I need. I know what I want to say and everything. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
like, or
for
what I want to
sure.
ask or whatever. I don't know. But like, I need to know what I need, like more like materials and
Cool,
just
yeah.
stuff like that. You're super decked out. I don't know if I need. I would like that.
You,
You know what I
you
mean?
you
But
don't
like,
need all the fancy
you have
stuff.
the
You're
extreme,
good.
knowledge of like, like what you need. Like you have it all set up, dude. Like you're ready to kind of like you're ready, dog.
It
I'm
takes
telling you right
time.
now.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of research and before I even content here, I was making like contents here and there for like video games and other things. So I've
Okay.
dabbled into like making videos for like probably the last 10 years, but like off and on, nothing really serious, just kind of for
Hmm.
fun, right? And then I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm taking this more serious, and so yeah, it's
My
such a
goal,
blessing to taking the time
my
to be
goal,
on this, bro. Hell
my
yeah,
goal is to be like it's not necessarily about breaking because like I said, I'm a big history guy. So I'm
yeah,
trying to I'm trying to combine a lot of historians with breaking. You know what I mean? Like
there you
that way,
go.
because really breaking is a way you can almost. I got an idea. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I just want to
yeah,
combine the two things I like, and so like because I feel like in breaking, we're creating history as we go.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be around for a long time, and so
Yeah. You can cover the missing chapters of others, and
because really a lot of times that's how we get moved on is by other people's words and stories and you know what I mean? Like people like that are history, like to like, and they look at the world like that. It's gonna take breaking into another realm, like you know what I mean. So I feel like that's what we need.
yeah, yeah.
We need like philosophers. We need not necessarily people that are just good at breaking. We need people that you know what I mean. They're smart,
Pioneers or, what started the root, right? And
yeah, or even people to talk to the. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just the history needs to be pay attention because what you do right now really does affect the future. And so
And there's so much
I'll talk to you
growth
more about that later, though. I don't want
for
to
sure.
give
Yeah,
away
yeah.
my ideas and
Yeah, we
stuff.
can talk off screen and stuff like that. So, once
Right.
again, hey, Juice Boogie, Massive
Hmm.
Monkee Crew, Seattle,
You can
Washington.
also you
Yeah,
can call me Marcus.
Marcus. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I like to be called. That's Juice Boogie's my But once I meet you, you can call me Marcus, man. If you want to call me
Okay.
Juice, that's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah.
But
All
you
right,
can call me
dope.
Marcus.
All right,
I like them
Marcus.
both. All right, man.
If the audience ever want to get in touch with you for any reasons, maybe they're out in Seattle, Washington,
Yep.
want to
Hit me
find
up.
out where practice are or maybe
Let me
connect,
know. I got you.
where can they find you?
Probably Instagram or even Facebook if you still do Facebook. But just hit me up
Okay.
there. I
Okay.
mean, if you have my number, you find it. But I changed my for some reason. I just end up changing my number a lot.
Okay.
Not for any bad reason, but I don't care. I'll take whatever's the cheapest phone, and I'll be, oh yeah, fuck, you have to get a new number. Okay, cool. You know what I mean?
Dope,
It's not a
dope.
big deal to
Okay.
me.
What was your handle name?
Uh,
For IG or Instagram?
ID right now it's Doctor Hugo
Okay.
because Hugo is like juice in Spanish, right? But I spelled it who like Doctor Who,
Oh, word.
but
Okay.
then go at the end. Hugo. Just being stupid.
Ah,
I can't remember. I'm been changing my name all the time. I just started doing Instagram maybe like 6 months ago, and so
okay.
can't
Okay.
really figure out my handle name. But I think I might still. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just playing around.
Cool, man. All
Use
right.
his name. I'm just trying to do some news. I'm just trying to make it fun for myself.
Cool, man. Yeah, appreciate being on,
All right,
taking the
man.
time.
All right. Thank you, man.
I'm gonna bounce out. Thanks for being here
All right.
again. All right. If you
Have a
guys
good
take
one,
any
guys.
value and inspiration on this, like, subscribe. All right.
Hopefully.
Peace.
All right. Bye.
There's going to be a time where
Yeah.
you can't go do those air flyers, you can't do those, those head spins. It's going to be something that b-boy and hip hop or whatever you do in that hip hop culture is really going to make you a little bit, right? So